All right, it is 5 minutes past the half hour, so why don't we get started, shall we? I think today is going to be super fun, and I'm super excited. So, I am here, and you are here, but are we truly here? Cue the Vsauce thing. Anywho, enough with cringy intros. How's it going, everybody? It is such a beautiful day outside. It is sunny. It is probably... Oh, Rick! I look away and I get... Hold on. There we go. So if you weren't here yesterday, I was told that the Dr. Peppers feel like they're getting used way too quickly. And so I decided in my, Twitch integrated throwing... Ah! I can wait, but I can also adjust that. Basically, throw all the Thank you for that. For the throw all the Dr. Peppers, and just all the Dr. Pepper stuff, I adjusted the times, so now they are longer. So it feels like there is more, because I never know when it will end. So I'm super excited how that will turn out. I also was able to enable sound alerts, so we'll have a little more custom ability with our sounds. For instance, I was trying to get the text-to-speech to work. So let me see if this will work. Okay, it's not on cooldown.
Dr. Pepper Beans.
I couldn't hear that. Could you guys hear that? Because if I couldn't... So you guys heard that. Okay, there we go. So then I had to... There we go. So now that's good on my end. So if it was good, if you can hear it, what did it say? Pop quiz. Bet you didn't expect that. So... yeah, I'm getting some things set up, especially with it said Dr. Pepper Beans. Okay, you know, doesn't matter. Well, you paid attention. You passed the test, Phantom. So, but yeah. Anywho, I'm glad I'm getting that text-to-speech set up a little more now, because I feel like it'll be really fun to actually use a little more. But as for today, we're going to be talking about our last stream that we had, which was yesterday. We had our wonderful guest, Ribbon Female. She is an animator, a DJ, and she's also a Hell Dog VTuber. So we had a very wonderful discussion where we got to talk a lot about not only a lot about music and a lot about instruments, but we also talked a lot about working in the entertainment industry and how that could translate to VTubing, and if anybody wants to get involved in that kind of industry. So it's super, super cool meeting people from all different professions and all different walks of life, because you never know exactly what exactly is going to happen whenever somebody pops on the show and talks about their wonderful life story. So that's what happened with our stream yesterday. As for our next stream, I'm hopefully going to be able to... I should be good to stream this Tuesday and Thursday. Because I decided to take this week, for the most part, the weekdays off and not stream Tuesday and Thursday. That way I could do some more voice acting oriented stuff. But we should be good to probably continue playing House Flipper, because I really enjoy House Flipper. It's so much fun. And then Thursday is Phasmophobia night. It's so much fun. You know, I could play Phasmophobia all, like, as one game, and I can never get tired of it. So it's just super fun. Now, but expect House Flipper on Tuesday. That'll be so much fun. We'll have a fun time, you know, just getting to do so many cool things. But as for today, we have a wonderful wonderful guest. Hold on. There's that. Cool. So yeah, we have a really cool guest today. And it'll be another PNG tuber, which honestly, it's so cool. One of my favorite things about doing this is that because VTubing is such a diverse thing, I get to really meet so many cool people with so many cool models that, you know, whether it's a 3D tuber, a 2D tuber, or even a PNG tuber, you know, everybody just has such cool models to represent them, because in essence that model is a representation of the individual themselves, or maybe it's just a mask they want to put on and, you know, perform and keep that entirely separate. But whatever it is that you choose to perform under, it is distinctly you. So today is going to be so much fun. But today we have, well, I can speak. Today we'll be welcoming a dino enthusiast, a detective, and a local idiot. Their words, not mine, I swear. Monozuki. With her chaotic energy and lack of brain cells, she likes to play horror games for fun, but then ends up in the corner panicking. If you have seen me play any horror game, I'm sure you guys can attest that I do that too. So why don't we welcome to the show our wonderful guest, Monozuki VT, and as always, my co-host, the Phantom Fame, here possessing my little Gojo figure here. Welcome, Monozuki. How are you doing today?
Hi, I'm alright, thanks. How are you doing?
I am fantastic. I got to bed a little late because I spent half my time doing some stream stuff off camera, as well as playing a little bit of some games, because if I just do nothing but work, I'm going to run myself ragged.
I don't blame you, honestly. I find it like preparing for streams is actually sometimes more stressful than the actual streams themselves. I don't know if that's just me.
No,
you know
that's universal. I mean, because preparing for the stream,
okay,
you don't have anyone else doing stuff with you. You're just sitting there by yourself, like, why is this not working? I just had it. It was just working, and now it's not. And when you're on stream and something fails, you're like, oh, look at this. More cringe for you all to enjoy. There you are, chickens. Peck away.
That's certainly one way to look at it. We are the chickens pecking eternally at the endless content feed.
Oh, absolutely.
But yeah, so it's talking about your little introduction that you gave me, you know, dino enthusiast. Before we go into it, that was the first thing I want to talk about, was a dino enthusiast, because it's a very important question. What is your favorite dinosaur?
It's Cosmoceratops, because they look like they have a really bad fringe, like a haircut. I don't know why, but that's it.
Cosmoceratops.
So, yeah.
Yo, that's so cool. Okay, hold on.
You see what I mean? It looks like they got a really bad haircut, and it's adorable.
Where is it? I just saw a really cool picture. I'll just take the first one I see. Can I just throw that in there like that? OBS, please. Fine, I'll save it to my... I'll save the image. See, I know... Ah! Sorry, scared the crap out of me. Let's see, where... Everybody bullies me. Well, I get this set up. Tell me.
There's something equally as exhausting about like seeing the one go across and slap you on the head instead of seeing an alien.
Yo, welcome, Rithio. What? I love it when my guests also bully me. No! Ah!
I felt like I had to join it.
You should. Oh,
please stop!
And you know, if you're new and you follow the channel, let's say you're coming from Monozuki, or you just heard from one of the previous guests, and you're just swinging by, and you follow, you actually get 300 channel points, I believe, whenever you follow. And throwing all the Dr. Pepper is only 220 channel points. That means the moment you follow, you get to throw some pepper at this boy.
Thank you for the follow! So not only that, if you follow me, I also get pelted with 50 of them. So I immediately get pelted when I get followed, and then if you choose to, I get pelted with another 50 if you choose to do that. So let's see. Oh, okay, so here we go. This right here, I'll put it over my face. This is a Cosmoceratops. Isn't that cool? Like, thank you, Bombastic.
I love how dinosaurs always look super jacked.
So let me.
It's like kangaroos, where they just like weirdly look like they work out.
So let's see. Let's enlarge that. That is a Cosmoceratops, and it looks like it does have that little. It just has a bad haircut, but
It does.
It honestly looks like one of those things, like kind of like a dog that would just stare at you, and just sit there and just be like, "What are you gonna do?" Also, I don't know if I said it before. Welcome, Ranthia. Welcome. Bully me all that you want. I will not break yet. So.
Is that a challenge?
We'll break them. We'll break them.
Yeah.
So.
Everyone in chat, you heard it.
Oh, also, because we got the text-to-speech up and running, you know, if people in the chat want to use those and ask questions, that is also, like, I'm super happy I was able to get that started now. You know, if people want to ask you questions through that instead, or in addition to what I ask. Please, Tathan, don't break me.
I feel like he is the inside track.
If there's one
How to
person,
break you.
if there's one person here in my streams who I know that can break me, it's Tathan.
Good to know. We'll talk.
So yeah. But moving to the questions. So I always ask the same question at the start of every show because I feel like it is the most important one. Who are you, Monozuki, and what is your story?
As I said, even though I said it earlier, a local idiot and dumbass, that is me. My story, my avatar especially, that's mainly my story I personally used to know. Because my original, like, I've got a bunch of drawings I've done from when I first decided. The original ones used to have so much more relational little, like, parts of me in it. Like, those parts of, like, it had a dinosaur in it. Mm-hmm. And I used to have a dinosaur skull. So, like, definitely mostly part of me is dinosaurs because they're cool. Come on. And I don't know. Yeah. I don't really know. I do art. Yeah. Not a whole lot.
So yours is pretty simple. It's just something that you really, really like. So does that mean that your model is more reflective of who you are IRL?
Yeah, I have, my hair used to be exactly like that, a bit longer, but exactly color-wise, everything. It's more dark now, but yeah. So
do you think you'll ever do like a 2.0 where you do lean more into like the dinosaur aesthetics, or do you think you want to keep it kind of almost like you're still IRL streaming? Because from my understanding, we've talked a good amount. We've done a couple of collabs, and I know we've both been very active in each other's streams for the last month or so. It seems like you have more of a similar approach to how I approach things, where there's not a lot of lore. There really isn't a fourth wall to break down because it doesn't exist. Do you think you'd ever do IRL streaming, or do you like the idea of being able to change things up?
Well, honestly, I have thought about it quite a lot. Like, IRL streaming, like, it would be pretty cool. And then, obviously, you can see how badly I shit myself in games, which I think will be really great. But personally for me, I like the little break it gives me, like, the comfort, because I know I figured out. I don't know how they found it. I think they overheard it, someone talking about it, but someone from where I go to school, they actually, I heard them talking about it, and I didn't know that, which I am kind of glad that they don't know it's me. But
wait, someone in your school found your channel? I
don't know how. It's because I'm pretty sure I was talking about it to one of the people that do know, and I do know they know because I told them. But I heard someone mentioning it, and I was so shocked, and I'm like, oh god damn it, what the fuck? Like, that kind of shook me up a little bit, I'm not gonna lie.
That'd be super terrifying if, like, because, like, given my size of only now 83 followers, if just I walk out and about and somebody says, hey, random person, they look at me, are you hit streamer it's _Valentine? And I'd be like, what? I feel like that'd be the scariest thing, is just all of a sudden just being pointed out IRL.
I think the audience I've cultivated would just straight up just be like, "Hey, Phantom," and then just walk by if they ever figured out it was me.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
yeah, I don't think they'd give two shits. I think they'd just be like, "Oh, hey, like, cool. All right, see ya." But that is so interesting. I mean, because like you, how long have you been doing this now?
Okay, right. Technically, my first ever stream was like 4 years ago, I believe, roughly.
How long have you been doing VTubing and been more seriously
VTubing?
pursuing it?
That's very recent, very, very recent. I can't give you an exact number, but I planned my first model like 2 years ago, but I only actually started doing it when I actually got my first PC, which is a few months ago, so really recent.
And
So,
someone
yeah.
already has found you in your locale. That's even if it was someone that just kind of overheard things. You have someone who's near you who doesn't know it's you. That's so
Yeah.
interesting. Because that's usually something you don't run into once you start hitting like a couple thousands at least, I would think.
Exactly. I was not prepared for that, and I legit just froze. I didn't know what to do. Like, oh, I can't.
You think maybe that it's, yeah, well, in that moment it's very terrifying, but you walk away from it and you think, huh, perhaps I've made it. I was recognized on the street.
I've definitely not made it. I think the person closest to would definitely be Phantom. He's close to everyone. So
Well, Phantom,
that is unfortunately my state of being, is that if you open your mouth and say my name, I assume we're really good friends. That's all it takes. I'm easy. Throw me a compliment, then we're best friends.
you're a buff boy, a buff man.
See, like, this is why I love this man. Like, I'm going to his wedding.
Well, here's hoping that happens in the future. Just the whole getting married thing. I want to get married. I want to find the right person. But as the only married individual here, Phantom, can you attest? Is the wedding as good as you think? Like people say it is?
Oh my god, the wedding was awesome, dude.
Yeah,
it was so much fun. Well, we also had this was the last event before the coronavirus hit. It was November of 2019, and so yeah, like, you know, just a few short months later, like, the world changed, and so the only thing people had to talk about really was our wedding. And so I feel like in the background, like people just wouldn't shut up about it, and it was awesome. But yeah, no, as long as you plan it carefully and you also don't give a crap if things go off the rails, you'll be fine. There's a balance to strike, and I mean, I think that I just lucked out. My wife is very relaxed. She's very chill. It only took me like 2 days to like calm her down once we found out we were pregnant. It's taking a little longer now to calm things down now that we know it's not normal. So yeah, like it's the same thing with any relationship. The most important part about dating isn't finding the one, it's finding out what you like, what you can put up with, and then seeing if that person matches, seeing if that person checks enough of the boxes, because there's always going to be someone out there that's going to be able to check a lot of your boxes. And I think there's not going to be anyone that can check all of them, or at least good luck finding them. And like 5 billion people, I don't even know how many people are on the planet at this point. We've got a lot. So yeah, I mean, you just got to keep trying. You'll find them. They're out there. 0.7 billion. Yeah, that's too many. We can cut that in half. Someone get on that for me. I don't feel like doing it. That's a lot of work.
My man's a genuine John Thanos over here. Well, I mean, and not only is there somebody there, you're bound to find someone, but it's also one of those things where I feel like it just happens at the most unexpected times. Because like with a lot of my friends that have gotten married, especially my best friend who got married, he met his wife at a in a dance class because we both were attending the same school, and they both met in a dance class, and so thank you Pegasus for that. But they met in a dance class, and they fell in love, and then he proposed after a month of dating.
Ooh.
And his reasoning, his rationale for that decision was because he's like, look, I've been in this relationship, we've gone on a date almost every other day, and I've been learning so much, we've been talking about it. I'm at a point where I'm like, I feel like I know I can spend my life with this person. I've known all that I can in this to make a comfortable decision. I mean, nothing. I don't think anything is going to change my mind. And she felt the same way. And now they've been married for almost 3 years, and they have one child and another one on the way. So
That is incredible.
And
some people just know what they
That's
want, and
impressive.
yeah, like that's crazy to me.
well,
Zoomers are wild.
they're not Zoomers.
You are so right.
He's like 25.
Close enough. We're drawing the line. Like, it used to be like a good like 30 to 40 years per generation. Now we're drawing them like every 5. Like, we can't keep doing this, guys. Like,
Honestly,
it's-
Zoomer speed.
it's super speedrun.
But just the whole that whole thing is just, he is Gen Z is anywhere from 11 to 26. See, when I was born IRL, outside of the Valentine thing, you know, I was born at the cusp of the end of millennial, and so like around a couple years within the turn of the century. I'll let you guess whatever that is within that margin. But even then, with that, like, it's generational things. The whole generational thing is just so weird that people live off those labels. But then you get the whole Zoomer thing, which it's wild.
It doesn't make any sense. I mean, that was something I realized the other night, because I think it was me, Mono, and Marie. After a stream the other night, I was like, hey, I'm just gonna hang out in general, just because I want to start making the Discord more of a place to hang out. So I'm gonna start hanging out in there. And we had a couple people in there just chilling. Like, some people were just muted playing games and listening. And it was me, Marie, and you, Mono. And I got off stream around like 10 p.m. maybe, and then I was up till 5 a.m. and we were just talking. And there is a decade gap between me and Mono, and me and Marie. And I mean, like, I don't even notice it. It wasn't until like actual like years and dates started coming out that I was like, wait, you were what? When? Like, what are you talking about? Like, middle school was this year. Oh my God. Like, I forgot, like, we're not the exact same age. Like, it doesn't matter. You can get along with anyone. I don't know why we're trying to divide people into generations, because it doesn't work. It doesn't make any sense.
No, I agree. What do you think, Monozuki?
I heavily agree with that. Like, I would consider, it sounds really awkward, I know. My grandma, she's my best friend to the end of the earth. I love her so much, and I personally definitely agree with that. So
What's funny is I was talking with my artist, Pappas Nova, and we're talking about how playing Fortnite, like, I love playing Fortnite. First of all, it's a really fun game. I've been playing it since the game came out, like the Battle Royale came out, and way back in 2018, 2019, or yeah, 2018. And so, no, it was 2017, something like that. But I was playing it since it came out, and you know, it's such a fun game for me to play. And so once they got and did the brought back the OG map and all that stuff, it just is funny to see all of the stuff that is going on with these like newer kids that were like born in 2015 or something, you know, born in 2013, and they're playing it now for the first time. And just
My
like,
God, they would be old enough to play.
yeah, isn't that wild to think
That
about?
makes me feel so old. Oh God, this is for anyone who's not in their late 20s, early 30s. That is the feeling you will feel when people say like, "Oh, that made me feel old." Like you'll say that in high school when you find out that the song you grew up with like came out 10 years ago. But when you find out that kids that were born when you were in high school, or God forbid after high school, like when that they're old enough to start like being individuals, that messes you up. It messes you up a lot.
People are born after the year 2000. That's not real. That's what hit. So what hit me like a ton of bricks was when I used to live at my home place before I moved for college. Before that, like there were my neighbors that I knew very well, and the thing is that when I saw like their youngest child was, I think, 4 or 5. Welcome, Marie.
Don't laugh at me, Marie.
One of the youngest child was like 5 or 6. I think they were like going into elementary school. And then I saw on Facebook their family, and all of a sudden the child's in middle school. Their 2 oldest are now outside of high school. I'm like, what the heck? Where'd the time go? It's just mind-boggling that time gets away from you so easily like that. So
Speaking of time, because this is one of the other things, I like to try and draw conclusions between people, draw relations. So you two are both doing, Val, you're not doing school, you just work at a school, correct?
I'm doing both. I'm a full-time student.
You are doing both.
I'm a full-time.
You are doing both.
I'm a full-time student and I work a full-time job.
So this is some differences I really want to explore, because Mono is also in school, but she commutes and you are already there.
Yeah, like my campus, I'm like five minutes away.
Yeah.
Oh
I'm pretty sure Mono is farther than that. So Mono,
A
do you
lot
think that?
further.
Yeah. Do you think that affects like your scheduling more? Like, do you feel that
Yeah.
like, do you feel you'd ever try to move onto campus? That way you'd have more time to start pursuing hobbies? Because I know that. How often do you stream?
I stream. I'd like to stream like minimum 3 times a week. But like last week was chaotic. I did a lot. 4. This might count as a 5th. So give or take.
Yeah, this absolutely counts. This
Monday.
counts.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I would say it's a bit more busy. I don't have a proper, but definitely 3 days a week I will be streaming. So yeah, that's on top of a bunch of sports as well, and traveling to and from. So.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
that's fun. What is your, if you don't mind me asking, what's your major?
My major, main one's computer science. So.
Really? Oh, so that's funny because so computer science was my major before I switched into communications.
Oh my goodness.
So
That bad, huh? You had to switch.
So I wanted to
Scare her out of it.
I want to no so the reason why I switched was because I want to be an audio engineer. That's what I'm doing currently. That's what I do as a job right now, is I want to be an audio engineer. And since there is no audio engineering degree, I have an emphasis of communications with an emphasis in video production. But there is no audio production thing like that. Now, the closest you can get is probably a specialized interdisciplinary study degree or a master's with some sort of pedagogy in music. Now, I didn't realize that communications would suit what I wanted to do in entertainment. And so I took computer science starting off because I'm like, oh, this would probably help me in audio engineering. And once I found communications, like, oh, I might as well switch. And I swapped. But I loved computer science when I was doing it, because theoretically, if I sticked with it, I still could go into the entertainment industry as an IT guy. Thank you, Phantom. That's my signal.
Yeah, sure.
That's my signal when I talk a lot. but I figured that, I mean, if I stuck with it, like IT in the entertainment industry is such a valuable profession where you can make a lot of money with it. Thank you, Marie. I appreciate that. Oh my gosh, why?
I just love the idea that you're like, that's my cue that I've been talking about. I was like, nah, it just means that I looked over, saw my points. I was like, oh, I do have enough.
As Mr. Incredible would say, yeah, I got time.
Yeah, I got points.
So, but what's been your experience with computer science then, Monozuki?
She checked out. I did too. It's okay. I don't blame you. I mean, I probably fell asleep too at some point and just like woke back up.
It's the lo-fi music. You're still with us, right, Monozuki?
Did you mute yourself? She did mute herself. Or
Did
she died?
Oh,
yeah.
Oh no.
It's very possible she got pulled away while you were getting into that, and then thought she'd have enough time, because I would have thought I would have had enough time. I almost took a bathroom break. I almost went for a jog real quick. But that's all right. Well, while we're waiting for her to come back,
she said her Wi-Fi died.
No, Mono, no. All right, well, you know what? I've been dealing with Mono a lot lately, so you know what? I'll just talk on her behalf. Just scoot me over there. Just put me on the couch. Can you do that?
Heck yeah, I can.
Yes. We patiently wait for her return. In the meantime, you know what she's super into that I did not know until the other day? Because let's keep it focused on her.
Yeah, of course.
Just because she's gone doesn't mean we're gonna start. It just means we can start talking about her without her here. Her Wi-Fi's down. She probably can't even hear this. So I found out the other day this woman is very into shoes.
Really?
Oh yeah. Oh, like very, yeah, Marie, exactly. The shoes. Yeah, to the point where she turned on her camera and showed us like the shelves. And I don't mean shelf. I don't mean like one shelf. Shelves.
Oh,
like huge. Like, have you ever seen Hannah Montana?
I have not seen Hannah Montana.
Okay. That's right. I think we did talk about that because I like talking about Smoke and Oaken because he cracks me up. Yeah, it's beautiful. So there are just these dressers with like, I don't know if it's like an acrylic or glass for like the shelving, but I mean, this woman probably had a couple thousand just in shoes alone, let alone the cost of the beautiful wood that was used for the dressers. I fancy myself a little bit of a carpenter. So I know good wood when I see it. It was some good wood.
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You know good wood?
I do know good wood. Yeah. I hang out with you, don't I?
You flatter me, young man.
Yeah. Look, that's call me the Rizzler.
Did I get back at a wrong time? Should I give y'all some more room?
No, there you are. We were waiting for you. I was just talking about your shoes.
Okay, so
Oh, I love my shoes.
So before I
my shoes.
Before I forget, so here's a fun little anecdote. When I was in oh, no, look at that. I gotta bring Monozuki back like this. There we go. So when I was in high school, I had a gym teacher, super cool dude. Now, the thing is that his wife worked as an executive at a very big bank in the city where I'm from. And he did not have to work at all. He chose to work because he's like, I just need something to do. He was my PE teacher. Now, this man, like, every gym class I went to would always come with a different pair of shoes. Like, I've never seen the man wear the same pair of athletic shoes twice. Or like Monday, he'd be wearing a pair of Jordans. You know, on Wednesday, he'd be wearing a pair of like some Pumas. Maybe on Friday, he got some Nikes. But I never saw the man wear the same shoe twice.
Can you imagine that as a teacher? Like, especially like a physical education teacher where it's like, you know, everyone's like coming down on you because you have like the least amount of like training. They're like, oh, you're just teaching gym. Anyone can teach gym. I could pull a hobo off the street and teach gym. Like, you already feel like crap because like you're fighting to get the same respect as the other teachers. And then like David rolls up and he's got Jordans on. And then the next day he's got Puma. Like, you just can't keep up with this man. Like, you're struggling to get by. You get paid abhorrently little for what you do, dealing with kids that are like running around, hitting themselves, picking on another kid, using fart machines and lockers that get confiscated, and school doesn't give them back because the gym teacher used it on the principal. And then when they call your mom, Karen doesn't feel like going in and grabbing it, so you're just out a fart machine. So like, yeah, you deal with that, and this guy's just walking in with like cool ass sneakers every day, different pairs. I go crazy.
That sounded a little personal.
I don't know. No, it wasn't personal. It's just a hypothetical.
Incredibly hypothetical. Well, the thing is that because he doesn't teach gym anymore. But his name was Coach Gomez, because I will say that his name was Coach Gomez. He doesn't teach anymore. But Coach Gomez, super cool dude. He taught history. He has a bachelor's in history, with a master's in history with a minor in physical therapy and education. And this man was like the epitome of vein in the forehead type. You piss him off, he will send you to run laps. Because I had this guy in my class. His name was Gavin. He was the troublemaker, because every PE class has the troublemaker. And what Gavin would do is make it his mission every class period to get Coach Gomez pissed off to the point where he told him to go run laps. And one day he ran up to him, and because he had long hair, he decided to put his hair in a ponytail, and he ran up and said, "Hey coach, you want to go with me to prom?" And Coach Gomez flipped a lid and said, he just started yelling at him, just like, "Gavin, what are you doing? Go run laps. No, I will not go to prom with you." And Gavin, in his infinite wisdom, is like, "You know what, coach, that's okay." Runs over, because we're in the soccer field, picks up a plastic chair that was sitting just there and hurls it like 20 feet over the fence of the baseball diamond, and full on sprints down the field in like 2 minutes. Like, does a complete lap around a soccer field in like a minute. Oh my. Thank you, totally not the squidge. I appreciate the follow.
I thought that was part of the story for a second.
But like I said, the man just sprints around that field. It was just the act of just because his body was like really, I wouldn't call it limp. It was just, do you know like Jackie Chan's The Way of the Drunken Fist? You know, his body was just very fluid. That's what he did, is he just leaned down, picked up this plastic school chair, and just did a 360 and hurled it 20 feet into a baseball diamond and almost hit something. Like, it was the funniest thing I remember about that class.
That is awesome. Mono, were you a troublemaker? You strike me as a troublemaker.
Monroe, I don't like you, skeptical
I mean,
smiley
I definitely
face.
get excluded and expelled.
Oh, a brother. What? All right, let's hear it.
It
Let's
wasn't
hear
that
it.
bad. All right, it wasn't like, okay, I was a bit petty. It was like beginning of middle school, basically. I had this beef with this one girl. Anyways, basically what happened was she, like, my locker was locked, okay? I don't know how, but she put something of mine in her locker, and I was a bit pissed. I was like, well, I want it back, and I didn't want to wait, because it was like, why would I wait? So I did, I grabbed a paper clip and I locked her locker, and I actually got the stuff back.
No.
Yeah.
Hold on, what?
What are you talking about? That's awesome.
And but then someone snitched, but even it was like early in the morning, someone snitched, and then a teacher came in, and I nearly got excluded. So, whoops.
You Robin Hooded your own shit.
Yeah.
That's
my
so
stuff.
tight.
But you know, so yeah, but I got it back, so I'm
just-
fine with that.
I just punched people I was mad at. Like, that's so much cooler than the reason I almost got expelled.
Why? Why did you nearly get expelled?
No, I just punch people. That's all.
Oh, is that?
That's
Oh,
all.
oh
it
yeah,
was.
you
That's-
told me.
Oh
I
my
heard that.
gosh.
I've said it many times. It's very funny. Val, have I never told you this?
I think you've told it to me like once offhand.
Oh, okay,
Of just how you know sometimes people were dumb, and you just had to kind of show them they were dumb.
Yeah. And then I'd walk away. And there was one point where I did not walk away fast enough, and it started a riot. There's a whole. I think I've talked about it online. I know I'll talk about it again, so I won't go in super big detail because we're here for Mono today. But yeah, no, like that. Nothing nearly as cool as picking a lock with a paper
Not
clip.
that
Like with a
impressive.
paper clip. What kind of lock was it?
It was a simple standard locker one. I don't know.
It just
I
reminds.
haven't checked down the
Come
serials
on,
and that.
my dad was a locksmith. Like I need to know. I'm so curious now.
No, yes, because middle school me was like, oh my god, someone's gonna ask me about this
Middle
one day.
school,
What is the
you can
exact
pick a
same-
lock, Mono.
Yeah.
That's not normal either. Don't act like it's weird to be like, what kind of lock did you pick? I don't know. I just picked it. That's badass as fuck. That's so cool. I wish I could do that. That
It's
is
actually not that difficult, honestly.
No, don't undersell it. No, it was like a master lock or something. Like there was a time limit. Like if
Okay, hold on. Master lock. You can open a master lock with a master lock. That's not a standard.
I've seen that too. Yes, they're so bad. Master locks are quite bad, actually.
So are you saying you're like a resident expert in just lockpicking in general? Like, can you give us any tips, any like things we should know? Nothing illegal, of course. Nothing illegal. That's not true because you can lockpicking is fine as long as you're not breaking and entering.
See? Yeah.
It's kind of like the anarchist cookbook where it's like, oh, like you
Yeah,
know.
you're allowed to look it up and read it, just don't make anything in it. So because the thing is they published that book, and again, I'm not going to encourage people go read the anarchist cookbook. I'm simply saying the act of viewing it is not illegal. It's the act of doing the things in it that makes it illegal. Exactly. Lockpicking is 100% legal unless you don't have permission. So, because like one of my favorite things that I had back home was just a practice lockpicking set, just because it's just a fun little thing to do, you know.
I kind of want one of them now.
I keep looking at them, and then I realize that I'd rather spend money on something different and something I'd play with every now and again.
A butterfly knife.
Because why do you have a practice butterfly knife?
Because
Better question. Bombastic asked, where and how did you develop that skill, Mono? Like, how did you know that you could pick that lock?
I actually didn't. I just I've seen like people do it because that was my For You page was I can't remember. There's a certain guy and I kept watching him in pit locks. It was so
Lockpicking lawyer?
satisfying. Yeah, it might have been. I don't know, but it was one of those two. I had a few, and I saw it and I was like, I could do that because I have the gay audacity to believe I can do anything. So,
Did you say the gay audacity?
yes, of course.
I love how
I have never heard that term, but I
You've not.
immediately love it.
It's because gay people believe they can do anything. Lesbians, they can build an entire IKEA furniture set in a record-breaking time. They can. I've seen it.
I've seen it. I might have to hire some then. They're probably more skilled than me.
Wait, so I've actually heard of like there was something where it's like like you can I'm making sure I tiptoe this because I want to make sure I say good things. But it's like lesbians are really good to hire for like if you need just a moving company, they'll bring the truck, and it's like really good in a relationship.
Listen, lesbians unpack insanely fast. I don't know how. They do it. It's a skill. But yeah, that is definitely true. So
Well, Phantom, are you the only one who can't lockpick?
What the hell does that mean?
Bombastic
What do
said
you
it.
mean, am I the only one that can't lampe?
Bombastic asked the question.
Oh God! When he calls me fan, and it's throwing me off because he's the first person to start doing that. He will not be the last, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I guess I'm the only person that hasn't tried to lockpick because I have my father is a locksmith. Why would I ever have to lockpick something? I just call up Joe and I say, hey man, can you do this? And he goes, yep, I gotcha.
This is what state are
The
you?
man did, what's that?
This is what state are you in? Oh, I'm currently in Alaska. Okay, I'll catch the next flight out.
You do not know Joe. So they moved away over COVID because he lost his job. And if I told him that I needed his help doing something because like we're now expecting, so I was like, hey, I really need you to come up and help. This room isn't going to be safe for kids. That man would drive the 10 hours up here in 8 hours. He would drive the 10 hours in 6 or 7, and then he would help me do all the stuff, and then he would drive back to finish building his house. Like, you do not know my dad. The man is stubborn and he is crazy, but he loves us indefinitely. Like, he would do that. He would do that stuff. I cannot compare to what that man will do. So yes, no, it really do be like that, where it's like, yeah, I don't need to pick locks. I know someone who's a professional. He did the Schwarzenegger's houses. He did Teddy Roosevelt's granddaughter. He did like famous people's houses when he was in his 20s, and then they would go away for a weekend and be like, hey, you've got a spare key to my house. Do you want to just house sit? You can invite friends over for the Super Bowl or whatever, but I'm going to be in Tahiti. And then he'd just go and bro out at in mansions.
Sounds like a life worthy of a locksmith. Tathan offers a good point. If you relate to a locksmith, that's why you should know how to do it. You have the resources.
No, he's not a locksmith anymore. Now he's a developer. So it changed.
I see.
It's no longer a thing. Also, he made the very good point of if you're the best at what you do and you start doing rich people's houses and you have their spare key, why wouldn't someone just rob you? Because then they get a key ring to a bunch of rich people's houses. So that's why he got out, is because he had 4 kids. And he literally called all of them and he's like, hey, I'm melting down all these keys. Let me know if you want it, instead of me destroying it. And they're like, nah, it's okay.
Just casually, I have a key to the White House. If you just want, you sure, why not?
Nothing like that. I don't think he has a clearance.
I don't know. Not that you know of. Not that you know of. But we've been talking quite a bit about lock picking. Lock picking is fun. I think it'd be good for us to move a little bit on to our talking points. So the two things that I have kind of gleaned and focused is that, one, you're based in the UK. You're a UK-based VTuber, and because we've talked about this a little bit, and not only that, you're a PNG tuber. So we'll start with being a UK-based VTuber. Now, since I'm an American, my knowledge of content creation outside of the US is very limited. So what has been your experience streaming as a UK-based VTuber?
Not too sure. It's a bit cold and wet when you're trying to stream half the time. Like, I had to go get a blanket. I think I told you that earlier. Because I am freezing. Oh my goodness. That's just because my heaters don't work. That's mainly my problem. Yeah. But I don't think it's that much different, if I'm being honest with you. I mean, people go, oh my god, you're a British person. Oh my goodness. Yeah, it's not really any difference, really. I wouldn't really say.
Because I'd imagine, yeah, of course, I'd imagine that it wouldn't be any different. I just know that with a lot of people who are from different countries and they stream and they collaborate with different people, it starts to become it changes the dynamic a little bit, because you're like, oh wow, I'm playing with somebody who's from a different country. This is a cool experience. Because I know when I was streaming, collabing with Phantom and Marie is from Australia, and so I'm like, oh, I've never played with anybody from Australia before. That's super cool, if that makes sense. Because there's just so, with all of the different groups of people that are providing so much content, you mainly see a lot of it in the US as well as in Japan. I'll actually get to that's a question that I'll ask a little bit later, but since a lot of content is pumped out of the US, it's just unique to see content from other countries.
Yeah, also, I'm pretty sure I had to mute for a bit. My dog was barking. I didn't want you guys to hear it on the thing, so I'm so sorry.
No, I I thought, I was like, oh no, her Wi-Fi went down again. I was like,
No, it
that's
was
the
just my
struggle of
dogs.
being British, is the Wi-Fi going down.
Oh my god.
Well, I feel like you've got a twofer. Not only are you British, but you're also, you're also like a woman. And I feel like regardless of gender identity, having a more feminine voice, let alone being obviously like Val said, like there are so many Americans online, so many Americans on the internet that it really is like in English servers, I feel like it really is a majority. And so I feel like even if you haven't run into anything from being a British streamer, like I'd imagine you at least run into some things from being a female streamer. Or have things been smooth sailing so far?
I mean, obviously, I don't know about streaming online. I try not to stream with anyone that I don't know, purely because there obviously is a few things. Like, I have an inside joke with one of my friends I play Phasmophobia with. She's a girl. This guy, we did public lobbies for the first time. This guy, he said to our Phasmophobia models, "I love your makeup," and it's an inside joke ever since. Like, whenever we join, we're like, "Oh my god, how are you? And how's your beautiful makeup today?" It's just an inside joke. It's great. You get some weird people. But I will say,
Yeah.
it is kind of a perk sometimes.
It's
you
a
know what I mean?
perk, really?
Kind of. I mean, despite getting called a lot of slurs and other different things online, and the "go make me a sandwich" comments, which I find amazing.
Oh.
I love them. I love getting comments like that. I don't know why I upset a man after I retaliated back, but you know.
So is it more of like the challenge of them trying to be that disparaging, and you just hit back with something of yeah, well, you're the first one who died in the lobby, so I don't know what you're talking about, kind of thing?
No. I made a comment on the guy. He told me to go make a sandwich and go clean the kitchen. I don't like it. Anyways, basically what I said back was, I'm like, "Oh yeah, I'm sorry, I forgot to clean up in there after and then your mom last night." It really upset him.
That's wonderful. And also so like you.
Oh my
I don't know. I just love it.
That is such a perfect way to deal. I mean, that behavior is just unacceptable in the first place. But the fact that you were able to spin that so quickly, and it just pissed him off. Clearly you have that down to a T.
Like, what can I say? I'm on my toes, and also my dog's come in to say hi.
Oh, what's your dog?
Can we get him on mic?
I can't. She's an old girly. She's a Staffordshire Bull Terrier. Cross, and don't know what she's crossed with, but this is the old girly because I have two.
Mm-hmm.
She's nearly 15, I believe.
Whoa.
Yeah.
You guys must have done a really good
ages.
job to get a dog that's up there in years.
Oh, she's very chunky. She's a beast.
Oh my gosh.
I will say, but she's very cute.
I used to have a Great Dane where he was just such a cool dog, and he, like, if you know anything about Great Danes, they don't live long. And my Great Dane, because typically they live about 7 to 8 years, we had him for 12 years. So
Damn.
but he's such a cool dog. I mean, he was a Harlequin, which is it's a black and white spotted Great Dane. And he was such a cool dog, because like he acted like more of like a cat, where he just hop up on furniture, just walk over and just sit on your lap, just park his butt on your chair as you were sitting down.
Oh my goodness.
But I miss him every day. He's such a cool dog, But
I'm gonna play a salute in the chat for him.
salute in the chats. Can we get salute in the chats for
there you go.
for the dogs? Where is it?
Oh, sevens.
Oh, sevens.
Yeah.
That's right. Phantom has an emote for that.
Of course I do. Of course well, because it's so like iconic, just like having like a bunch of salutes. It's just I don't know what it is. I think it's just fun, like going back to like the international stuff, where it's just like, yeah, it's something about being American and just people being like, yeah, like you guys just love your country like too much. And it's like, well, we just have a lot of fun stuff. Like I like our salutes. Our salutes are dope. They're simple, they're easy, like, and it's just like the anthem is so like just instantly. It's just like, yeah, all right, now this is American. Yeah, and the USA is in the chat. Like, it's just, I don't know. I think it's because we're newer. We're one of the newer countries that it's like we just have all this ridiculous stuff because we're still super pumped, still excited about it. We're starting to figure out that that there's not really much to be excited about, but it's still fun to get excited about it anyways.
Well, not only that, I mean, people talk about it all the time. Of like they say, oh, America has no culture. It's like, and like, well, therein lies the fallacy, because let me tell you something. We have, like, America, that's what makes America so much fun, is how much of a melting pot it is of culture, where there's just, we intake so much and make it our own. Like, for instance, I love talking about jazz, and jazz is one of my, your culture is now our culture.
Yeah, kind of.
But like the history of jazz is such a unique one, because it originated from the spirituals from Africa, and then it later developed into something that would become ragtime, and then big band, and then the jazz we hear, you know, in the cool jazz, bebop, then moving into like funk, and then smooth jazz, you know. But it's just or just jazz in general. The history is super cool. And you just go everywhere. It's just anywhere in the world for that matter. Because I one of these days I want to go to the UK. I feel like there's such a rich history there, especially with Scotland. I'd love to travel to Scotland. That's where like a lot of my family history is from.
Nice. I actually never knew that. Oh my goodness.
So, but the biggest things that I'd love to see are like Scottish castles in the Highlands, because
The castles are gorgeous.
not to mention.
Oh, you live in one, right?
No. I wish.
I mean, if you had the chance to, like, you know, where people are like, oh, you know, stay inside of a castle, you know, win a whatever amount of money, or just like, if you had the opportunity to stay in a castle, would you, all by yourself, would you take that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you? Like, if there's ghosts and haunted, I'll chill with Casper. Don't mind him. Like, come on.
I mean, you got Phantom here with you.
I can play Faz. Oh yeah, see? You might know them. They might be relatives.
Well, look, I could riz them up, and we'd have no issues. Then I'd have something to do.
Castles don't have the best Wi-Fi. Thanks, Bombast.
Like, why would you decline it? Like, give me a good reason to decline not staying in a cool ass castle.
Old floors.
Wi-Fi.
Wi-Fi? Read a book.
Bombastic.
Oh my goodness.
Read a book? Don't.
Yes.
What are you talking about? Don't come at me with read a book. For real?
I will get every single book and
With
throw it
what
at you from my
lights?
library.
With
With
what
your
lights?
What lights? Oh my goodness. Get a candle. Go back to the old time for a second. Come on. You can paint. You don't need light for that. You can go
Biohazard. I
outside.
hate paint. Look, I've been painting all morning, and that's probably actually what I was gonna stream after this, but I'm probably just gonna go back to painting. I hate painting.
Why you're painting the walls, aren't you?
I have to. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, people get mad at you. People get
I just
mad at
love
you
this
when you have a kid's bedroom and it's not like stupid cute. So we're going all in. We're making an enchanted forest. So, yeah.
So then, if you,
That sounds
that's the
gorgeous. Oh
thing.
my goodness.
son Monozuki, if you could build your ideal castle, like, wow, why me? No, stop, please.
So if you could build your own castle, what dinosaur bones would you put in it?
Yes.
Like, what are the dinosaurs you'd select?
Just all of them? Okay. Obviously a Cosmoceratops because they're really pretty and they got a really cool fringe. Maybe the Oculiterantavis. I can't say that properly, but it's a really tiny one. They thought it originally was a bird, but it is so tiny, and they didn't class it as a dinosaur at first. But it's adorable, so cute.
Really?
Yeah, it was like hummingbird size, I'm pretty sure, and it can fly. It was so cute. Maybe an Amargasaurus, but might be a bit big because they're really tall.
You could put it on the outside. It could be standing over it. Just like the Yo Mama
Yeah.
jokes, where it's like your mom's so big she sits around the house.
There you go.
Oh, that's a good
Oh
one.
my goodness.
Oh my
I
goodness.
mean, it's been a
Yeah.
long time since I've really dived deep into Yo Mama jokes,
Uh,
because then people throw them back, and it's like, Karen's a nice lady, and they're like, yeah, you're right, I'm sorry.
it's the Yo
That's
Mama
just-
lore.
The Yo Mama lore.
uh,
Well,
moving.
I guess we could extend that question to we could extend that to streaming.
Ah!
I hear it before I see it, and that's what's so funny to me. Is it's almost like
I
a
love
siren,
it.
like a warning. I
Yeah.
hear, and then I know that cans are gonna start flying. So Mono, you like doing horror game streaming primarily, yeah?
Oh
I mean,
god, yeah.
I think that's all I've seen you stream. I've seen you did Amnesia recently. You've
Oh,
been doing,
God.
what is it, Goose Goose Duck, which I
Oh
would
my god, that's the
quantify
best.
that as
Please,
like
stop!
almost like a type of horror game. He's dying over there, but he'll be fine. Don't worry about him. We'll wait until he's better. And we'll
One of those was me.
Oh, fun
I'm
fact.
sorry.
one of this was me.
Fun fact, Phantom. That was actually one of my some questions. Horror games
Was it?
are a big thing on your channel. You're my guest and you're throwing it at me. You even describe it in your Twitch bio. What draws you to horror games as opposed to
Ooh.
just other other genres of games?
Well, I mean, listen,
Oh
I tried a
my
bunch
gosh.
of different games. I did some cute games like
What is going
unpacking.
Oh my god!
Oh,
What is
jeez,
happening?
it's a party over there. Damn, got some great dance moves. You good?
No. You continue.
But yes, I've tried different games. I tried like a cute one called Unpacking. It's really cute, but I found I didn't get as many views because it's quite hard for me to be kind of wholesome sometimes. And I just find people find it more funny, especially when I shit myself.
Mhm.
You know? And I don't mind that fact. Like horror movies, horror games, why not? Go for it, you know?
So it's still something you enjoy, but it's something where you're stratifying what you enjoy to what's garnering the most viewership.
Yeah.
Is that a good way
I-
to surmise it?
Yeah, pretty much. I just find people also enjoy watching me suffer, so.
Oh
That's
yeah.
just
Well, I mean, look
people-
over there at
I
Val.
mean,
Like people
yeah.
love watching him suffer.
and look how many cans I've thrown.
Please stop! Stop!
Why?
Please!
Why would we
My
ever
ears!
stop?
I gotta take off my headset!
Oh, you're not fun.
Why?
You know what I think I'll do? I think I'll like wait for like a couple months. Maybe like a good like 3 to 6 months, save up my channel points, and then just one day I'll just blast him the entire stream and see if I'll wait until he tries to have it just be me and him again, and I'll just blast him the entire time. Make him
Could you
talk
also
to it.
notify me when that is? So I could also do
Yes.
that.
So,
Yes,
Thank you.
absolutely. I'll keep you posted.
when Tathan did that, I legitimately almost jumped out of my seat and I threw my headset off.
Jeez.
That is how much. Ah.
I want in that. You know what? I'm actually not going to tell you guys, so that way you have to keep watching every episode of the VOD. I think that's the best marketing strategy. You can thank me later, Val.
Thanks.
The pain.
Oh,
I think you just hear him still suffering.
my chest is still reeling from that. It's, I'm just gonna slump down in my chair. You play a lot of Phasmophobia. What draws you to that game specifically?
Well, it's a great listen. Horror games in a multiplayer are not really that common.
No, you keep talking. I'm just gonna do this for a moment. I am still here. I'm just gonna do this.
The man is the man is laying on the floor recovering right now.
Oh my
Yeah,
goodness.
you're absolutely right. There are not a lot of multiplayer horror games. Phasmophobia,
No.
Devour.
I am fine.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, calm down. Don't throw those at me. That's now I take that personally, bombastic. That's only gonna encourage that man.
I'm on the
Yeah.
floor and I can't see it, but I imagine it looks funny.
It's very cute.
Please, no, I can still hear the thumping in my head.
Can't you hear the thumping? So you said that that's where you get the biggest audience. I totally understand that. So let's do a hypothetical here. A three-parter hypothetical. You've made it. You are partnered with Twitch. You are one of the biggest streamers that there is. Whenever you go live, you're on the front page of Twitch. I want to know, what are you doing in your spare time now that this is your full-time job? Say you're streaming maybe 4 to 6 hours a day instead of having a traditional 9 to 5. So what are you doing in your spare time? What are your ideal streams? And what does your audience think of you?
That's a lot. I've completely forgot the rest of it. Oh my goodness.
Free time. What are you doing if you have more free time? Yeah.
Well, I'd probably before and after still be setting up, make sure things are ready for the next one, because that's mainly
Someone does
my
that for you.
priority.
Someone does that for you. Someone gets all that. It's me. It's me and Val.
Good.
We flew over to Britain. You got so big that you could pay us to fly over.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
That's sounds like heaven.
Yeah,
Anyways.
we take care of the prep work. What do you do?
I'd probably tone back into my art, because I used to love painting. But when I had the free time, I'd probably get back into that. Maybe make a bit of extra cash selling them. Why not?
Girl's hustling. I just told her she had all the money, all the time in the world, and she's like, I think I'd work on my commissions.
What? No, not like commissions, not like emotes and all that, and maybe not like digital drawing, like proper full, not DIY. I do what I draw what I want in my
Sistine
own
Chapel.
time. Yeah. Oh my god, that was gorgeous. I went there. It's to die for.
Yeah, we don't have anything cool like that over here, unfortunately.
Yeah, all of ours is stolen
We have a giant
shit.
hole that we like to look at, and we call it grand and all that.
Oh my goodness. I'd love to go see it. I'll put
Okay,
that
so
on
that's
my
the first
bucket
part.
list.
Second part, what are you streaming? What do your streams
Am I
look like?
streaming? Maybe a bit more community action as well. It's like, I don't know. Let's have every now and then giveaways, free money. I don't know. Definitely still horror games, probably. I don't think I'd change that.
They've just kind of grown on you. So it wasn't that you didn't want to play horror games and that you just did
It's
it
just they're
because the
scary.
viewership was higher.
Yeah.
It's just more like that was just what you enjoyed the most that also got viewership. It was it checked all the boxes for you.
Definitely. Mhm.
Awesome. What does your chat think of you? What does your community base around? What does your community look like?
They're all gremlins. Still are, probably always will be. Probably hate me. Just throw shit at me like we're doing too.
Yeah, okay, gotcha.
You know,
they're just
and
like-
you guys know the
they're almost
sound
like
alerts.
siblings.
Oh, worse than siblings. Oh my goodness. Sibling
Worse than
gremlins.
siblings.
Yeah. My older sister was a bitch. Love her though. You know. But yeah, so.
Okay,
You all right over there, buddy?
I'm doing fine.
You sure?
All right, so
Excellent throw.
Thank you.
where is it? This is
I've been
this.
practicing.
There we go. No,
You made me waste all my
all right.
all right, so
well,
anywho,
Wow.
he's talking about horror games because even that the response that he just gave with your front page Twitch, you have all this money, you're a partner and all of that, but you still say you choose to play horror games and all that. Why do you in your experience, because that's what you play a lot of, why do you think horror games elicit such good content for not only the viewer but also for you as a content creator? Because it just reminds me of like going to a haunted house, of just how much fun it is, not only for the people who go through but also the people who act in it. So what are your thoughts on that?
Well, I mean, first of all, I could not go to a haunted house. I have really bad taste issues, and I probably simp over half the people there. Anyways, what?
I see.
I'm
hold
being
on.
honest.
What? Well, you have
Don't
what
question
issues?
it. Don't question it. Taste issues. Listen, I've got weird taste in people.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was like, what are you doing to those people where you are tasting?
What did you think I'm going over? Just going over. Hold on, stay still. Lick the side of their face? No. Ew, God, no.
That would be taste issues. I'm just saying.
So you were
Damn, I
you were
completely
saying
forgot the question. I
so
completely forgot.
why do you think horror games elicit such good content for not like yeah, just such good content for not only the viewer but also for the creator?
Well, because everyone loves a bit of thrill. Where's life? There's no danger or no thrill, no fun, you know what I mean? So, And besides, if I'm getting scared, the viewers might get scared too. And I don't know, a little edge of your seat action, great. The tension. I don't know, yeah.
So then is there any, like, in recent memory, any moments that stand out to you of just games
Oh,
that you,
God.
or moments that you've done in gaming in your streams where just like all of a sudden you get jump scared and completely like flip a table or something like that?
Yeah.
Really?
We have this thing. Squeak Week is gonna be tuned up. If I get really scared, like sometimes you'll definitely see my mouse. It'll flick, I'll let go of it and slide it across my desk so it just looks up at the ceiling. But sometimes if I get really, really scared, we have to say I squeak. I don't scream, I squeak.
Yeah?
As Twitch, my people in chat then decided we need a squeak week, which is just me playing horror games for an entire week. So, yeah. The last one I did a squeak was Mortuary Assistant, I believe. A really bad jump scare. That scared me. Oh my goodness.
You know, it's funny that you bring up Mortuary Assistant because that was actually my next question. Is because aside from playing Phasmophobia, because as a lot of you hopefully know that I talk about is every week for the guests that I have, I dedicate a day or two to watching content of my guests so that I can research
Oh, you poor soul.
for well, I like making sure I research good questions. That way you're getting proper questions because I want to take the time to learn. And one of these happened is you play a lot of Phasmophobia, but you also play Mortuary Assistant. I know nothing about that game. So what is this game?
Okay, basically, you know what Mortuary is, right? If you don't know.
Yeah, Mortuary is
Okay,
where dead bodies are.
Yeah, okay. So basically,
That was a
obviously your
very
Mortuary Assistant-
enthusiastic yeah.
I love the game, sorry. Basically, so you gotta help out. It's a bit gory, you gotta do some things. You're basically just helping out. But there's demons, and the demons can possess you. The more the trial goes on, and the more the game goes on, the more worse the jump scares usually get, and the more frequent. And if you don't get the right demon and banish it, or you don't get it in time, you die, you exist. So, yeah.
So then what settles that or separates that like as an experience from Phasmophobia for you?
I get to kill the bitches, you know what I mean? In Phasmophobia, I usually get killed. This is my payback for that. You know?
If you were to stick with one game, what do you think? What game would you pick more than the other?
Why would you do this to me?
Well, because I have to. I gotta ask these questions. Well, because Phantom was asking these good questions, I gotta get back on track with my questions.
Yeah, my bad.
Yeah, no, I was the one getting. I was the one getting murdered. So. But yeah, I deserve that.
Definitely, probably as Phasmophobia, because I got friends and Mortuary is great. Definitely a lot more repetitive than Phasmophobia. But you've got friends and Phasmophobia, you can mess around and you can pop up and find a new glitch or anything but what you love making fun of and all that bullshit, you know? So yeah, probably I'd stick to Phas, so.
Is Mortuary Assistant one of those things where is there like a story to it, or is it just like you pop into a game and you just do it and survive kind of thing?
So there's actually a thing, I don't know, there's a cutscene at the start where it says like, it shows you get the job, and it's showing you like, I think it's your grandma, she's part of it as well, she has a jump scare scene in it, which is horrifying. And your mom disapproves of it and you have to move, to go to your job and all that. But other than that, it's not really like a whole lot of background to it, I don't think. I mean, I might just be missing it because I'm hella oblivious, my bad. But yeah.
Do you like any horror games outside of just those two? Like, because I imagine you stream those two the most, but are there any other horror games you like to play outside of those?
Well, I've played a few. I used to play Dead by Daylight 24/7. It used to be like the one thing I streamed before I switched over to PC. that is mainly the other one, but I have got a bunch of other games lined up. In preparing for future streams, so I've got them all, and I just need to actually do it. But I think the other ones will become a lot popular as well. But mainly just going back and replaying the same games. It would definitely be probably Phasmophobia, More Trees, and Dead by Daylight that are horror. So.
Tathan asks a
Yeah.
good question. Who do you simp for in Dead by Daylight?
Oh, you want just one? Oh boy.
I was not ready for that response.
Tathan, you know, and this goes for anyone in the chat. If you have questions that you want to ask, use the text to speech. Ask it directly. Clip your death.
But yeah, so oh god. Depends, like, oh shit. You're gonna have to give me a whole second to think on that.
All right. Well, while you think about that, I want to say the last time I played Dead by Daylight was when who was it that was just released? I think it was Pyramid Head who was just released.
Oh my goodness, that's when I started.
That's when you started? Oh my goodness.
That's when I started playing the game. It was like 2021, one of the two. June-ish, I believe. Yeah, I'm a baby. I was a baby.
I don't think I've ever played Dead by Daylight, but there's a game called In Silence that we tried out. Have you guys ever heard of that game?
No.
I will write that down.
It is a game, it's similar to Dead by Daylight. One person is a monster, and then there are 4 people trying to build a truck to escape. And the monster can only see things via sound. So making sound in the game attracts the monster. And so basically there is a monster that essentially, imagine a scyther mixed with like a mix a scyther with like a rabid hellhound. And that is what the monster is. And so you'll be walking around, the monster will run right in front of you, but if you're not moving and not making sounds, it's really difficult for them to see you. That was probably one of the scariest games we've ever played.
What was it called?
I will write that down. In Silence, I think. Yeah. Okay, I'll be having a look at that one. Thank you.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Oh, it's $10.
It's
Is
very
it?
cheap. Yeah. I believe the people I have played with refunded it because it was too scary.
Huh.
That's definitely going to the list. Thank you.
So kind of a, hey, here's a game you could play, and also a, please buy this game, so I have people to play it with.
Yeah, I can do that.
I'm terrible at it, but
oh, it's
what an
fine. I'll probably be
excellent game.
worse.
Interesting.
Don't worry about it.
That's super cool. Because for me, I really love horror games just in general. Because like Resident Evil or Silent Hill. I'm a huge Silent Hill fan, and just the atmosphere that Silent Hill 1 brought, it completely changed the way I see horror games. And so, have you guys been keeping up with the Silent Hill 2 remake at all?
No. No. I do like the games though, but I'm bad at keeping on top of things.
My goodness. Well, that's something I think everybody should kind of check out, just because Silent Hill's a fantastic series. Like, did you guys ever play PT, the PT demo?
No.
That was back when I was watching people play things more than I was playing them myself.
Oh.
So I've seen it many times. I don't think I've ever played it. This is where I don't fit into the conversation as well, because believe it or not, I may look like I am the super brave boy when I'm playing Phasmophobia, but I did not grow up with horror because my sisters were not good with it. My older sister specifically is a screamer.
Oh.
And so we were not allowed to watch horror movies in our house because she would scream so damn loud it would like piss off the neighbors.
Oh my gosh.
Goodness.
Yeah. So I don't keep up with that sort of stuff, but I think it's so interesting, like because my wife is a huge horror movie person. Like she will watch every horror movie that's out.
I was gonna say, does she like true crime as well? Or is it just horror movies?
I don't know. I'll have to ask. I usually catch her watching The Office and then watching a horror movie. So I'll walk in at one point and it'll be Prison Mike. and then the next time I'll walk in, it'll be someone like Scream or something. So
You know,
it's
I love that movie.
it's difficult.
I've never seen Scream.
Right, movie night. I know what my next movie night is.
I have
I'm going to be hosting Scream.
I have seen the Dead Meat videos for Scream, so I do know how those movies play out. I've just never seen the movie all the way through, if that makes sense.
I'm forcing you to watch it. I will personally find you and hold you hostage until you finish watching the entire series.
No, please.
Of movies.
You guys already
No,
throw
marathon.
You guys already throw Dr. Pepper cans at me. I don't need to be held down.
And
Oh,
if you
yeah, I
don't, we
forgot
will
about
throw more.
So then, do you have a favorite movie? Oh my gosh.
That's what happens if you don't watch the movie. Okay.
Do you have a favorite
Okay.
horror movie franchise, or just like a horror movie in
no.
general? Thank you, Nina. I forgot
It's
to.
either Scream or Saw.
Really, Saw.
Yeah. Yeah. I love the movies.
So
But I can't narrow it down to which one. So
I actually saw Saw 10 last night. and-
don't spoil it. I've not seen it yet. I wish.
I liked.
Did you like it?
I enjoyed the cinematography and the story presented much more than the previous ones, because the other ones felt like it was just murder porn. This one felt like it kind of took a page from Spiral from the Book of Saw, which I really enjoyed that movie. Because it was a nice departure from the standard formula of, want to play a game, you bumped me in line at Starbucks and dribbled a little bit of your coffee on me, now you have to cut off your own arm and drain your blood to match how much you spilled, kind of thing. Instead, it turns into just, it feels like a justified narrative that doesn't feel all that mean-spirited. So, I don't know, I really enjoyed it. The kills and the effects were intense.
You find those intense? I mean, fair enough. But
Well,
they're not that bad.
well, I have to say intense, because seeing, like, for instance, like if you see somebody's arm getting ripped off, regardless, that would be considered intense. I mean,
Well, yeah.
because I enjoy watching these violent movies because a lot of my family works in Hollywood as special effects makeup artists, especially within
Damn.
prosthetics. And because of this, they have a lot of love using practical effects for everything. So I love I could watch all the Saw movies. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm fine with watching it. I love seeing how they do the practical effects for it, how they accomplish it. Like, how do you get somebody to remove their eye and on camera and make it look believable? So
With great difficulty.
with great difficulty. I mean, heck, they have
I
to.
don't know how else.
Great difficulty and
say.
patience. So
Oh god, yeah.
Yeah, I haven't had the opportunity to see Saw, but I've heard it has like a lot of ups and downs.
We know what the other movie night is going to be now. Thank you. I'm just making a movie night list.
Watch as I practically tear this guy's arm off.
Right, and then Phantom's being forced to watch all of that one.
Thank you, Bombastic. Did everybody hear that? I just want to make sure that got through. Oh, I just want to make sure my sound alerts are coming through. Cool, it looks like it did. Lately I've been finding myself seeing a lot of the classics. Like, for instance, I saw Hellraiser. That is a weird movie. Like, have you guys ever seen Hellraiser?
No.
No? So that's where Pinhead comes from. And
Oh God!
Ah, yeah.
What a nightmare that guy is.
because like
Yeah. I
I,
hate
as
him.
someone with a fear of needles, like that,
Ugh.
I don't like looking at that guy.
because like I
If
said,
that guy comes over and asks for a hug, would you cry?
maybe.
I'd more probably just start pushing in the needles.
Oh, ugh.
Yeah.
Thanks for that image.
So I saw that. Surprisingly, like Friday the 13th is an interesting series. There's so many iterations. Or like Final Destination. How do you guys feel about Final Destination?
I haven't
Can't
seen
say I've
it.
seen it.
You haven't. So what horror movies have you guys seen?
Me?
Yeah,
Who's
Almost
standing?
none.
both of you, besides Scream and Saw.
Oh, I haven't seen either of those either.
Oh,
I can't tell you all the ones I've watched. I usually watch the more smaller ones on the side, especially at sleepovers, one that lots of people probably haven't heard of. I can see if I can try to get the list from my last one, but
Oh, you have a list?
we have a list. Yeah, we made a list because we wanted to figure out, because I chose one, she chose one, I chose one, she chose one. We did like 7 movies that night, and like another one in the morning. All different, they were all smaller ones, but I can't remember. One of them had a box in it, and this weird lady came out and ate her. I don't know.
That,
I don't know
yeah.
what it was called.
that sounds
Right, yeah.
metal.
Well, the whole thing is she was staying at this hotel, and these guys are creepy. It was like there were twins that were running the hotel. They were creepy as hell. And then they keep him there to feed this monster they have in a box in the basement. I don't know. But it was a cool fight scene. So
What?
that's all I know about that one.
Hold on. Horror movie with hotel twins. It's gonna bring me The Shining.
Apparently, bombasting is called Cenobites. Is it? Let me check. Wait.
But not The Shining.
Oh, I just love hearing the scream. I just click redeem, and then I just hear it. I just hear the scream, and then I get to like look over at the stream and then just slowly watch the cans.
I love it.
Just wait for
Soothing.
the Ara.
Is that there?
The
What?
redeem.
Hold on.
No, it's not there. I haven't set that up yet.
Okay, well that's come on, man. Don't do that to me.
It
I
was
had like 1,000 points at the start of this.
Ah, there you go. Nina's watched it.
what? Wait,
Nina
Nina.
has a better definition.
Nina, what movie
Yeah.
is it?
Bombastic thinks it's called Cenobites, but I'm not sure.
Cenobites. Oh, so
I don't know.
Cenobites are those are the names of. That's the Hellraiser. That's what Hellraiser is.
Oh, I might have been reading up. Whoops.
So-
Oh, it's because you thought you said the cube. Yeah, no, different cube.
Yeah, because that's what the cube is.
Yeah.
Where they solve their little Rubik's cube from hell. What is? I want to know what movie this is. I'll search.
It's on Netflix, yeah.
Netflix.
Yeah, I'm gonna search for it too.
All right, we're on a race. We're on a race.
Don't do that. I don't do well under pressure. Oh my
Uh,
goodness.
Hold on, I gotta adjust my mic. I just smacked it.
Slapping the mic.
So then, what movies do you like watching, Phantom? While we look this up, since you don't really watch horror movies, what movies do you like watching?
I hate watching movies. There's
What?
nothing I like less.
What?
There's
You
nothing
sad,
I like
boring
less
fuck.
on the planet than sitting down for 2 hours and watching a movie.
Okay, you
There's
just
so
phase
many
out of
other things I'd
existence.
rather be doing.
You just phased out of existence for that opinion. Wow, he committed to the bit.
Should I not have? I thought it
Come
was
on,
kinda
people,
funny.
share the
That's
info
fair.
timers counting
I
down.
can't sit down.
Welcome,
I
soul.
mean, I've got ADHD like nobody's business, and I can't sit through unless it's a very, very good movie, very active. I
That's why
can't
I
sit
gotta
through
watch
it. Or
horror.
musicals. Yeah, I just can't. It's just
I
I
don't
don't
know,
know.
horror. I find it easier, especially my ADHD, to watch horror because I'm like, oh my god, what's next? Oh my goodness, what's this? Oh my goodness, what a bitch! And then, oh my
See,
goodness.
that I have enough of that when I'm just sitting on my couch and I see a squirrel outside. And I'm like, oh my god, it's a squirrel. I wonder if it's a male or female squirrel. It doesn't look like a mommy. It's probably a dad. Oh, my cat notices a squirrel? That's so awesome. I wonder if they're going to notice it. They haven't noticed it yet. They're looking at me. Stop looking at me and start looking at the squirrel. God, you're cute. How'd you get so fluffy? And, you know, like, I can do that all day. But I like watching, I mean, I'll watch anime. I'll watch anime for hours on end. But and sometimes I'll binge an anime where what I used to do when I first went to college and was living at home, I bought a TV for my room. The 49-inch that's in my family room now was in my bedroom, and I would literally get home from work at 5 o'clock and I would watch an entire series. I'd like 12 episodes and then go to bed. So I'd watch like an entire season of something and then be like, that was good, and then fall asleep. And that was my evening. That was it. So like, it's not the time. It's just I need the arcs. like how an episode has a starting, a middle, and an end. Even though it's not like the overarching story still has more room to go, I need that little bit of resolution to keep going. I need that like every 20 to 30 minutes.
Damn. Oh my
Yeah.
goodness.
Is the movie called No One Gets Out Alive?
It might be. I can't remember. I'd have to see it again to know.
It says
Yeah, it is. It is. Yeah. That
I
one.
just like that we're gonna have to watch the movie to know for 100% sure.
it says
It is. No. It is. I had a look and it's the same box monster.
No One Gets
Yeah.
Out Alive is a 2021 British horror film directed by Santiago Mingini from a screenplay
That does
by...
not sound British.
So interesting. Its reception, it got a
Yeah.
5. It says it got a 5.5 out of 10 by Metacritic and a 65% approval rating based on 23 reviews from Rotten Tomatoes.
I never said it was good. I just said it's one of the ones we saw and it's the one I remembered.
Yo, so one of my favorite like just trash horror movies of all time, Freddy vs. Jason. So such a stupid movie. Until you get to the very end with the fight of just Freddy Krueger fighting Jason Voorhees. It's so
Oh
nutty.
my god.
I got scared that it was only from America. Oh, Nina. So as we're moving on a little bit, because we're getting we have about 20 minutes left, 25 minutes left. I think it'd be good to come back to the UK VTubing, because I have some more questions about that for you. So, since a large majority of big VTubers are from the US and Japan, does that offer a lot of opportunity for growth if you're outside either country?
Man, I'm not good in statistics. I was really bad at that. But I mean, it's a standout point if you think, oh my god, more Americans. Oh, a British person, maybe. Let's have some fun. Let's go ask them about a cup of teas. I don't really know, but maybe.
Because if you look at somebody like or a group like Niji Sanji or Hololive, clearly the talents,
Yeah.
not all of their talents are American. But when you see a lot of where a lot of them are based in, which is the US and Japan, it is interesting to think about how much they're willing to expand their company, because you have Hololive EN, you have Hololive JP, you have Hololive ID. Yep, Nina, Kobo. I love Kobo. Just the gremlin energy. But like, imagine if they came out with something like Hololive EU. Wouldn't that be interesting to see?
I'd sign up. I'd love that.
So, but yeah, let's talk about that. So, why might agencies choose to focus on the American and Japanese markets for VTubing instead of expanding outward?
Because it's already there. If something's doing well, why change it? Like, if it's a game name, for instance, why would someone change the name of a movie if it's doing well? Then to have like a 2.0. Let's say if you like the Saw movies, Saw went well, so they made a Saw 2. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like, why would they rebrand it? If it's going well, why change it? But if it doesn't, then that's when they might start thinking to change it up and all that stuff. And also because English is definitely more of a universal like language, like what Tathan said.
Yeah, it just occurred to me.
So yeah.
But even then with that, then say they want to do like Hololive RU, so it's like Russian, Hololive FR French, expanding that a little bit, because I feel like there could be potentially an untapped market of just going to different countries, because I know with a lot of content creators it's hard to expand if it's just consolidated to specific language barriers and you're having to rely on subtitles and translators. I can only imagine how wonderful it may be to see like your country being represented by talent that could be, like I said, from your country.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think if there's a missed market, try and bring it up. It might go winch someone, I don't know. If everyone starts mentioning it, then they might consider it more. And then I think that definitely would be a great idea, though. Like, yeah, definitely bring the VTuber community up a lot more and make sure a lot more smaller people, it probably would get a lot more attention, which I think would be great.
Then how might agencies expanding to countries outside, or pardon me, languages outside of the previously mentioned ones, like affect the current wave of VTubing?
Well, I think it definitely will become a lot more popular than it already is, even though it is very popular currently. But I think it would definitely become way more popular, especially in some smaller countries, maybe. But I think it would. I think it would do a lot of deal for VTubing, like for artists and all that. I think they will be, they'll be get a lot more commissions and all that, which I think would be great.
'Cause
I don't
something
know.
because something I was thinking about as we're talking about this topic and asking these questions is because while it would be wonderful to see such an expansion of language within those VTubers, those agencies, do you think perhaps the risk versus the reward is something that's very considered with that? Why they haven't done it? Because of course, it's purely an analytics game. If they're trying to figure out, oh, we're creating a new division of talent, a new what is the word I'm looking for? Uh,
I don't know what you're thinking of.
I
but-
can't think of the phrase. It's I guess a division is the only kind of thing I'd think of at the moment. But oh my gosh, I lost my train of thought. No,
You'll find it.
Phantom, help me.
eventually.
I can try,
Ah.
but
Oh, thank you, Bombastic. That jogged my memory. Yeah, talent branch. So just thinking about that, is the risk versus reward of adding a new talent branch perhaps that's something that's very that it has to be considered, because like we of course would love to see a French talent branch, or maybe we'd love to see a Spanish one, because you can actually see there are like a lot of Spanish VTubers that are popping up. Like it's the Spanish language market is slowly starting to boom, so it's taking that as an example. I can't imagine what it would be like to see something like German, French, Russian, Italian, all these markets start to expand. But these big agencies are kind of choosing not to, because they're trying to weigh that risk versus reward. What do you think?
I think it's going back to what I said earlier. Like, if something's doing well, why change it? And like, if they can already make a big enough market. But I think the risk probably would be because they're unsure of how it's gonna go. No one's gonna dip their foot in the pool, thinking if it's too cold, too warm. I think if someone does it, it will definitely boom. But currently, since no one's doing it, I think the risk is a bit too high for them to consider.
So then, because we
Yeah.
have exactly, it's easier to have bilingual members, already existing branches. Yeah, that I was. So it's
Yeah.
fun that you said it, Tathan, because I was just about to kind of bring that in with this next kind of thought is, should VTubers who are not primarily English or Japanese speakers at that point, are they kind of forced into trying to learn English or Japanese to try and break into that market, even though that's not their first language? Because like I said, if they're from France, for instance, and they want to be a part of Hololive, or they want to be part of Niji Sanji or anything like that, and I talk about these big groups because it's, if you're an indie, you're kind of more sticking to what you a lot of the time are in your native tongue. But since these groups are much bigger, you kind of get a much easier foothold in the market because you get it. So do you think that it's now a pressure put on talents who want to be a part of that, but now suddenly have to learn an entirely new language in order to thrive, if they want that to be their foothold, instead of just sitting as an indie VTuber?
I definitely think if like someone's very, very certain that they really want to go to a certain certain group, like Nichi Sanji and all that. I think if they definitely want to do that, it is more of a thing to consider. It's like if I wanted to go study architecture, I'd probably need to go do something with architecture. You know what I mean? I can't just go without it, but definitely you would need something to do with that. But if there was a group, hypothetically, that was like, oh, Niji Sanji France and all that, then I definitely think that would, benefit them more, and it would actually increase the market, like I was saying, and get a lot more popular. But I think they are currently more forced to learn it if they are really certain that that is what they want to do and where they want to go.
I guess what they're following too is that if it is currently working, as you said, at that point, people are wanting to be a part of the group. I guess they'll make those accommodations to do what they can, because again, they see it's working, and they probably don't want to take a risk or a gamble opening something new only for it to just graduations to happen, entire branches to shut down. And so I realized, oh well, people who, that's why they, if I remember, they put on their application, they say English is not a requirement, it is encouraged.
Damn.
So
I've never seen one, so
let's see,
I didn't know that.
because I have I have or I've seen Hololive audition or applications. Heck, I just pulled it up right now. So it says, how do you gauge your English language ability? Native, fluent, moderate, conversational, basic, or none. How do you gauge your how do you gauge your Japanese language ability? Native, fluent, moderate, conversational, basic, or none. So it's not a, do you it's not a do you speak it well. It is more, what is your proficiency in either language? Because I've looked at applications on audition forms for several different agencies, because why not? A lot of us were out there who want to become VTubers. You kind of look at those agency stuffs, and so Niji Sanji is the same way, where they're like, what is your proficiency in the language? It's not a requirement, but it's encouraged.
It's a good idea.
So, because I mean, at that point, if you say it's required, you're now alienating a bunch of people who want to apply, but they don't know English. So it sort of gives that room for application,
Yeah.
Let's see, because if I look at the Niji Sanji one, oh well, I can't look at it because they're not accepting any auditions. Oh, well, I guess so. So Niji Sanji EN, they on their website, it says fluency in English is a must. So
Yeah.
Oh,
Exactly.
well, that kind of throws most of that conversation out the window, then, doesn't it?
well, and
That's more for Ian,
I was-
because English.
I was gonna say, because it goes on a case-by-case basis of whichever company you choose to audition for and go with.
Sure.
So, but in moving, I do need to hydrate. Thank you, Nina. That kind of brings into another topic of, we see a lot of these agency VTubers. They're always 3D or 2D models, but you're a PNG tuber. And the thing is that
Yay.
being a PNG tuber, it's a rapidly growing side of VTubing. Why do you think PNG tubing is such a popular alternative to 2D or 3D tubing?
Because the other ones are expensive and we are broke. Mainly that's my side of it. So, like, personally, I mean, PNG YouTubing is cute. I love seeing people because it's a lot easier, especially if you're an artist like I did. I drew my own model. But if you don't know the skills to make a 2D one or 3D one, it is very difficult, and that just means it's a really quick alternative, and it's a lot cheaper, even if you have to buy a model for PNG. You know what I mean? So
Oh, yeah.
that's probably the reason why it's a lot more common. So
And because of that, what made you decide to get into the PNG tubing? It's like, for instance, with Phantom here, Phantom streamed IRL and then took a break and then chose to come to VTubing. And it was just, the whole appeal of, oh, that's cool. I think it'd be cool to have like a model like this and experiment and try with it. So what led you to want to become a PNG tuber?
Well, PNG was the easiest. Like I said, I'm broke and I could draw it myself. That's the reason why I did PNG. But as a VTuber in general, because I really would love to expand to that market, I am currently having a look at that as well. So, but I remember in general for streaming, I wanted to stream it because I remember coming home. I was bullied as a child, which is no surprise. I was a very weird little kid. I used to come home and there was this one streamer used to make my day and used to make me happier every single time. And I was like, well, I want to do that. I want to make people's days better. I want to be, there for someone, and have it, someone to talk to. and I wanted to do that, so I did. That's where I started general streaming as it before. But PNG streaming, I kind of like the idea. Like, you know how that one person from school like notices, and I was like, oh my goodness, how did you do that? If I streamed IRL and the face streams, they would know it's me, which I really was like, oh, okay. And I kind of do like the privacy that comes with it, because if it was a big streamer, if I ever got big, and people are like, oh my god, it's you, and I'm like, I feel like I wouldn't be able to go anywhere. I like having that privacy, being able to go to the store, grab my ramen and go home in peace. You know what I mean? And besides, I don't have to get ready for streams. Off my streams, I'm again, and no one knows. So,
Well, now we know.
I love. Well, yeah, now you do know. What it looks like.
I mean, to be
Fair.
oh, well, I mean, to be fair, sometimes depending on how busy I am, like on weekends, I'm streaming in a t-shirt and sweatpants, and like when I get home from work on my weekdays, I'm typically in, you know, Vans, a pair of jeans, and a polo shirt as I'm streaming. So
It's just comfier. You don't have to like try and dress to impress, especially as a female. I feel like more females are pressured into doing makeup, and I probably would, but I've already took my lashes off. I couldn't. It would give me a headache. And I've already taken them off, which I would not do if I was streaming with the face cam. So, you know.
oh no, I get it completely. So then are there any challenges that we're unaware of that might come with PNG tubing? Because like with me as a 3D tuber, you know, I'm having to make sure my face tracking is all set up, where I'm having to do a lot of things in the background of making sure my model works, make sure there's no latency in how I perceive myself, you know, and just some of the stuff I can do with my mouth. I put this model into Unity and added some more things so I could have better expressions. Or maybe for Phantom, I know he spent, oh my gosh!
The screaming gets me. So the funny thing is, someone spooks Val by throwing those things, but the stream is on a little bit of a delay. So you guys scare Val, and then Val scares the shit out of me. But when I get scared, and the reason I don't play just straight up horror games or horror games I'm scared of is because I go dead silent when I'm scared.
I do that
I don't
too,
do
a bit.
anything fun or interesting like squeaking or like ah. Like I just go.
The
and that's
squeaks
it.
are rare. How dare you? I told you that with full confidence. Wow.
I told you that was-
No, I usually go quiet and I'm just staring, and then I have to break the awkward silence.
Yeah. So you just
Keep in your
imitate a mouse instead.
No, that's rare. Okay, I've only had two. In my entire.
Oh, is he on the ground again? Oh, okay, he's on the ground again. I just heard a very distant drone.
That's it. Wow.
Me too. Okay. Well, I hope those are clipped somewhere.
They should be. Richard. I don't think they have. They've got a hot tub stream clip.
You have a hot tub stream clip? Wait,
no,
what?
no. Right, in Phasmophobia, the game was glitched. Okay, on Sunny Meadows, the game was glitched, and it was like a mud bath kind of thing going on. Okay, but it's not very, you know. But we were joking, saying, "Oh my god, that's a hot tub stream." You know what I mean?
Oh, I think I was there for that.
Yeah. the hot
Please
tub stream.
don't.
Okay.
Please don't.
Wait, what? Don't what?
Val is
You mean that?
well,
Uh,
Oh.
Val, it is always a treat when you
okay.
bring me on here and I get to listen to you scream in my ear. Usually it's not because people are throwing Dr. Pepper at you, but pretty great regardless.
Oh, my chest.
I wasted all my channel points.
I'm okay. Thank you, Soul. Oh, my
He's okay. So you don't need to check on him. He'll be fine.
My-
He'll be fine. He's really
Airstrike arrow
gremlin.
gremlin.
He'll be fine.
We need like a ball pit for you of Dr. Pepper.
You said
God.
that, Tathan, and I immediately took my headset off. Okay. All right.
Good, you've recovered now.
So, are there any challenges that we're unaware of that might come with PNG tubing?
I don't know. I've not run into yet. I don't know. I mean, I only just found out you could do the you know, little bouncy thing where it flashes and highlights it. I found that out so good. Thank you so much for showing me, by the way.
Yeah, no
I
I
problem.
love it.
Reactive.
It's so cute.
I feel like
Like
that's
little bounces.
one of the easiest things that you can do as a PNG tuber is using the Fugi reactive stuff, because it adds a little bit of a breath of life to it. And I recently found out that you can only use that if you're in a Discord channel.
Yo.
Which something I was actually tooling around with the idea of was creating a section of the VOD Discord server where if people want to try streaming for the first time instead of going straight on Twitch, they could stream instead on the Discord server and then have the people in the server watch and give feedback.
Oh my, that's such a cute idea. I love that.
Because that way they don't have the pressure of, you know, Twitch and people not showing up. So
Oh my god, yeah.
it's kind of set up in a way where people are, you know, like I said, they could just experiment, see what it's like, and see if it's for them. So and that's still in the planning phases, and I don't think our channel, the server's big enough to where we can, thank you, Nina, to adequately do that. But it's a plan I have for the future.
If that ever does happen, I want anyone to know I will definitely come watch if I'm free, without a doubt.
So keep in mind, everybody, Monozuki is in the UK. That means she is
Oh yeah, oops.
quite a few hours ahead of us. It is currently
It's fine.
It is about 3:30 for me. It's about 10:30. 10:30 for you.
Yeah, 10:30. Yep. I'm usually up late anyways. It's fine.
My chest is recovering.
Is that late? Is that late for you? What time do you guys normally go to bed?
It depends. Considering I got college in the morning, I'd say I'd probably should be going to sleep around now. But hey ho, I don't. I never do.
You get sleep.
Yeah.
I don't think I even go upstairs until midnight. And then
No,
get up
I
at,
don't
like,
usually
7.
listen. I go to bed usually because my sleep habits are horrible. I usually go to bed around 3. Oops.
Yeah, that's okay. That's late. That is very late.
But I should
Val would
be
die.
at 10:30.
I would. I would die. But once.
Yeah.
So
Wait. What time do you have to wake up?
I wake up at 6:30,
Oh yeah, same.
and then I get to work by 8 a.m. But that'll be changing once this next semester starts
Why
in
do you
January.
wake up? Wait, why do you wake up an hour and a half before you have to get to work?
Because I like to.
If you work 5 minutes away.
Because I sit up in my bed for 30 minutes, waking up.
Wow.
Because
Why do Phantom? Do you just wake up and then you're like, oh, ready for the day? You know, like
Yes, yes.
My-
I wake up.
Wow.
I wake up. I put on pants, and then I go. All right, I gotta be working 20 minutes. All right, cool. Let's get this done.
Funny.
Phantom, you seem like the
Yeah.
kind of guy that goes to sleep with your jeans on just so you can get to bed and just sleep in a little later, and then like, oh, time to go.
No, I sleep completely nude because it's just the fucking vibe.
No, this is the
That's
VOD.
the way to be.
No, this is the VOD.
Yeah, but that's the vibe. This is the VOD. That's the vibe.
Vibe VOD? VOD vibe?
The VOD vibe. The VOD vibe.
No,
Yeah, no,
if you do that, then Phantom will be naked. Can't do that. My goodness.
In this economy.
What's wrong with being naked? That's the way God made us.
In this economy. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, no, I get up, I throw on my clothes in like record time, and then I'm out the door.
My man is speed
Mine's a
running.
Disney princess.
Speed
Yeah,
running.
you know, you go to the bathroom, take a tinkle, wash your face, brush your teeth, like, put on deodorant, and you're
You
good to
didn't
go.
say wash your hands.
All in that order.
It's an important part of the morning.
You don't. I mean, do you wash your face with water, or do you actually use soap?
Well, hold on. It's if you're washing your face, it's kind of implied you'd be using your hands, so you'd be washing your hands
Mhm.
anyway as you wash your face.
Exactly.
fair
That's what
enough.
I'm saying.
I was gonna say. I
Yeah.
was gonna be disgusted if you didn't wash those hands.
Well, I didn't touch anything. Like, if you don't touch anything when you pee, there's no
That-
reason to wash your hands. If I walk into the bathroom, the toilet seat's already up because there's no reason to put it down. There will be once we have kids running around, but the cats don't play in the water, so the toilet seat's already up. You sit down, you pull down your pants, You go to the bathroom, you pull them up. I've literally touched nothing disgusting.
It doesn't matter. You still should wash your hands.
For what purpose? Like, there's nothing dirty on them. Like, it's not like I'm like, like touching my eyes, ears, mouth, or nose, or like I'm like, like scooping cat poop or something. Like, I'm not making food. I'm just walking around my house.
I could never.
Phantom, it sounds.
You have no idea how many times I have to wash my hands dealing with reptiles. Like, I will not have skin if I wash my hands every time I do something that could be moderately
How would you
dirty.
know you didn't
I've gotta
adjust
pick and
yourself
choose my
while
battles.
you
It's
sleep the
usually
FA
before
72,
food.
huh?
How do I know I didn't adjust myself while I sleep? You shower. You should be clean.
Nina, that's a very bold question.
Did I disinfect? What? That implies that it's been infected.
We're
That's
going.
clean, baby.
Guys, this has been, because we just hit our 2-hour mark. This has been such a wonderful show. My chest has never hurt more. So,
Yay!
thank you so much.
I take that as a win.
I'm a little scared, so I'm going to keep one headphone off my ear in case something happens. But oh boy, this has been such a good show. Like, we talked about so many good things, from lock picking to being based in the UK and agency VTubers who could be all languages all around the world, to horror games and PNG tubing, to now Phantom not washing his hands. Like,
You guys are acting like I've never washed my hands in my life.
That's what it sounds like.
It's kind of what it does sound like.
I don't know. I just don't wash after I pee. Simple as that.
I can't.
All the way down to pee-pee hygiene. Yes, bombastic.
Gene.
Well,
Gotta keep it clean, boys.
is there anything else that
But not your hands.
is there anything else that you want to
Lick them clean.
stop? Is there anything else that you want to say before we head off for the day, Monozuki?
Read about your dinosaur facts. There you go. I don't know. I have one very word of importance. Potato.
Potato.
That's it.
Oh,
Yeah.
understandable. Well,
So insightful.
before we
Thank you.
go, do you have anybody we could raid?
Who? Me?
Yeah.
Oh, I gotta check. Hold it. Wait. If I knew, I would have planned someone ahead. But oh well. Hold up. Let me go to my Twitch. Let's go have a nosy. At who's live?
Oh, you know who is live right now?
Who?
Nina.
I saw that. Ooh.
So we could just raid Nina, but Nina will
I see
never
her
know.
Regina. Yeah, because it's definitely not like she'll watches all this already. Yeah.
Yeah. So why don't we get that going?
Yeah.
And then why don't we call? Oh darn it! I just rip bozo to me.
Wow, you canceled it? Poor Nina.
So why don't we get that going? This has been such a wonderful show, and I've had such wonderful guests. So thank you so much for being on the show, Monozuki. I really appreciate it. And thank you, Phantom,
Thank
for
you
being.
so much for having me.
Yeah, thank you so much for being a wonderful co-host. If you guys haven't already, join the Discord, talk on the Discord, and be active, because I love to hear from you guys. Not only that, I'm going to try my best to be more in the talking, like in the voice channels. That way we can talk, maybe game, interact. Feel like it'd be super fun. If you know anybody else who wants to be on the show, please hit me up. I'd love to have them. So with that being said, I'm Valentine. This is Monozuki. This has been the Phantom Fame. We love you all, and we will see you. Yeah. Are you going to be streaming right after Phantom?
I actually don't think I'm going to be streaming tonight. I need to get some stuff done around the house that
Go paint.
I intended to get done this morning. I ended up
And
going.
are you
with
gonna
the
wash your
missus to her-
hands?
Are you going to watch it?
Wash my hand? Yeah, dude, you have no idea.
Okay,
I
good.
I scrub all the skin off whenever I paint, so that my hands have no paint left.
I see.
But my feet are like whiter than normal.
Well, I need to make sure I have a copy pasted. That way we can easily do it for the raid message. But yeah, like I said, if you know of anybody who wants to, have them on the show, have them talk to me, join the Discord. Anywho, we're going to be going in 5, 4, 3, whatever. I love you all. Goodbye. See you Tuesday. All right.
Hey. I'm planning the stream.
Oh my goodness.
Man, who knew that would take such a turn into everyone hectoring me because